Jaylon Johnson is back. The Chicago Bears have re-signed quarterback Jaylon Johnson to a 4-year extension worth $76 million total with $54 million guaranteed. Not that bad at all. What's going on, guys? I'm back with another Chicago Bears news update video, which I'll be doing anytime the Chicago Bears news is going on. And there's going to be a lot of these videos coming out in the next week because free agency begins on Monday. Keep that in mind. So a lot of videos coming your way very, very soon. But I am very, very happy about this because I did not see this coming as soon as it actually happened. Okay, the Bears placed a franchise tag on Jaylon Johnson only a couple days ago. Okay, on Tuesday they placed a franchise tag on Jaylon Johnson, the non-exclusive franchise tag, and I thought that when they placed a franchise tag on him, when they couldn't get a deal done by the deadline, I thought this might continue into June, potentially July, and I thought that there could be a chance that Jaylon Johnson just does not get extended, and Ryan Poles could want to see him perform well again before paying him, but I did not think that Jaylon Johnson would accept a deal that was this favorable to the team. Okay, and to be fair, I think it's good for both sides because Jaylon Johnson did get a lot of guaranteed money. Okay, he got $54 million guaranteed, which is the second highest guaranteed amount to any cornerback in the NFL. So that's still great for Jaylon Johnson. That's still generational wealth for anybody, for his family. Like, he's gonna be set for life now with this contract, but he's only getting paid about $19 million per year, which is the seventh highest average amount to any cornerback. So if he does keep on playing for the Bears for the next 4 years, completes his entire contract, the Bears could be getting a big steal if Jaylon Johnson keeps on being a good cornerback in only a couple years, because the cap keeps on going up and up and up, and right now he's only the seventh highest paid cornerback at the age of, what is he, like 24, 25? He's still super young. So he did the Bears a big favor, in my opinion, by not asking to reset the market, because I think he very easily could have reset the market if he wanted to. He was coming off one of the best seasons out of any cornerback in the NFL last year. He easily could have gotten 21, 22, 23 million per year because of his youth, because of the ball production he had last year. And teams are desperate for number one cornerbacks. I mean, it's so hard to stop these great receivers in the NFL, and Jaylon Johnson is a guy that can do that. So if he hit the open market next year, he could have easily gotten a crazy amount of money, but I'm happy he wanted to stay in Chicago and, you know, not want to move elsewhere. And he clearly probably liked being in Chicago, interacting with the fan base, playing for a great defense like the Bears are building here now. I think he just wanted to, you know, not have to change everything over again. And again, he still got a lot of guaranteed money, which is good for his family and him. But I gotta say, I'm still pretty surprised. Okay, I thought with how he was talking about wanting to reset the market, wanting to be paid what he's worth, I thought he would not accept any deal that was less than the highest paid corner in football. But he's only the seventh highest paid corner in football. So hats off to Ryan Poles as well for standing his ground and not handing him a blank check like Ryan Pace would have done. Ryan Pace definitely would have given Jaylon Johnson 22, 23 million per year, whatever he wanted, whatever he demanded, he would have given into immediately, because Ryan Pace did not have the negotiating prowess that I feel like a guy like Ryan Poles has. And obviously sometimes it's led to unfavorable outcomes, like we had to trade Roquan Smith because we were not willing to give him the money he wanted, but that ended up working out for us fine anyways, right? We have a couple great linebackers here to replace him. We got Gervon Dexter out of that second round pick, got that cap space to get the, you know, Tremaine Edmonds, TJ Edwards. So like, we're not sweating trading Roquan Smith, in my opinion. Like, this defense still should be fine after that trade. And a lot of people thought the same thing could happen with Jaylon Johnson. If you guys remember, Jaylon Johnson did request a trade at the trade deadline this last season because he wanted, you know, that long-term money. But Ryan Poles did not trade him, and thank God he did not trade him, because after the trade deadline, Jaylon Johnson had just an insane stretch to end the season. I know he missed the game against the Packers, which really sucked. He could not be on the field for that game due to injury, but he was PFF's highest graded cornerback in the entire season. He had 4 interceptions. He was making so many plays in coverage. Great tackler as always, and he was locking down everybody he went up against. Like, there was a stretch where he only allowed like 40, 50 yards in like a 6 to 7 game stretch, just completely locked down. And again, he's only 24 years old, about to be 25, so still has a lot of great football ahead of him. He's still not even at his peak at this point, and I just really hope he can stay healthy because he has gotten injured basically every single year of his career. Last year, he did play the majority of the season. He did play in 14 games. The year prior, he played in 11. The year before that, 15. The year before that, 13. So always has missed at least 3 or 4 games, which, again, I hope that doesn't happen. But we do have the depth now to withstand a Jaylon Johnson injury because we did draft cornerbacks each of the last 2 years, and we could draft another if we wanted to this year. I don't think we will now, though, because the cornerback room is completely set, okay? With Jaylon Johnson, Kyler Gordon, Tyreek Stevenson, Terrell Smith. You got some other backups too, like Greg Stroman. Like, this legit is one of the best cornerback rooms in all of football, okay? You got Jaylon Johnson, your true star, number 1, that can shut down the opposing receiver. You got a great number 2 in Tyreek Stevenson, who had a fantastic rookie year, especially down the stretch where you guys saw in that game against the Packers, he was the only reason why the Bears defense only allowed what was it, like 17 points? Like, he prevented 10 points from going on the board because of plays he specifically made, and he had a fantastic, end to that season. Kyler Gordon took a massive jump in year 2, being one of the better nickel cornerbacks in all of football. So this is going to be so exciting, okay? Last year, the Bears led the NFL in interceptions. They actually tied for the lead with the 49ers. But next year, they very easily could lead the league themselves in interceptions because, again, guys, down the stretch, the Bears defense was firmly like top 5, top 10 in most categories. Okay, we were getting 4 or 5 picks a game in some of those games, right? So it was just like, it was just a level of defense I have not seen since 2018. And now we can continue to build on top of that because we're keeping the same guys that were here last year and upgrading over them. Okay, I think the Bears will go after, an edge rusher, maybe a Christian Wilkins on the inside. Like, the Bears could still get another big game changer on defense and add a safety as well, obviously. But I think keeping Jaylon Johnson was just so big because, again, you get to keep that continuity in that defense and you get to keep your number 1 cornerback. Number 1 cornerbacks do not grow on trees, as us Bears fans know. So, getting Jaylon Johnson locked in for 4 more years, I am so happy for that. So leave your comments down below. What do you guys think about this signing? I'm sure most Bears fans are going to be very happy about this because me personally, I was expecting to pay him, 21, 22, 23 million per year. I thought it could go up to 100 million total value on this contract because of how young he was, because of how good of a season he had last season. But I'm happy that Ryan Poles is the guy in charge and not a guy like Ryan Pace, because he got great value here, but still locked in a really good player on the Chicago Bears football team. So leave your comments down below. As always, bear down.